Kuya, pwede mga tanan namin na bawaan na maligyag Arrowroot dere? Ah, wala. Sige. Thank you. Ayo. Namin bawaan Arrowroot dere ah. Arrowroot or nabawaan na nagabaligyag Arrowroot. Okay, thank you. Ayo. Kuya, namin na bawaan na maligyag Arrowroot. Oh, ano ka ba? Everyone, for today's video, I am here now in Agricultural Experiment Center to really know what is neglected and underutilized plant species or NUPS, and to see the actual NUPS that we are here in this area. And as you can see in my back, there are a lot of crops that are planted here by most of our agriculture students in CMU. Arrowroot, or scientifically known as Maranta arundinaceae, is commonly known as a prominent and characterized by being a spice and a source of raw materials for various industries. Thus, this species has medicinal properties based on its leaves and rhizomes and has special attributes in the paste and gels of its starch. And before, arrowroot is commonly grown and it is native to the Antilles, Mexico, and other Central American countries, where their starch granules is found in ceramics and was utilized by pre-Columbian people for its starch as their food subsistence, and plays an important role in the domestication of the species and development of other starches such as cassava, Guinea arrowroot, and others. Arrowroot in morphology is a thin terrestrial herb with perennial rhizomes, and it describes as plant that is being small in size, which reach up to 60 centimeter high, and it has an articulated stem of approximately 1.20 meter high to 2 meter high. In obtaining its planting material is through rhizomes, which it can be a product for commercial value, for starch extraction, and even as a vegetative propagule for the formation of new plants. Arrowroot as a medicinal plant was studied and has different phytochemical present in this arrowroot plant, which the biological active compounds are nearly identified in plant parts such as the bark, the leaves, the flowers, the roots, even the fruits and its seeds. But arrowroot is commonly a medicinal plant for Amerindians and even the Brazilian and Asian, that they use it, the extracts, which can be cured as an antidote against snake venoms, and even by the use of tea, or as their ethnomedicine, which the infusion of leaves with pieces of leaves and even the rhizomes are being used. And based on the studies about this arrowroot, so phytochemicals have been extracted, including the alkaloids, the carbohydrates, the glycosides, proteins, amino acids, saponins, and flavones, which it shows that arrowroot have analgesic, antibacterial, anti-carcinogenic, immunostimulant, anti-allergic, antiviral, estrogenic activities, and even the activity of glycosides associating with the cure of heart failure, cough, and circulatory problems, act as sedatives and possesses antispasmodic properties. Even some compounds found in arrowroot, especially in flavonoids that can mainly have an impact to human health, which its chemical active substance produced with physiological reactions in the body that exhibited as an immunostimulant were increasing the levels of serum of immunoglobulin. And that's the good example of neglected and underutilized plant species here in AIC. And I think the need to emphasize the NUPS in every local communities is a call for us to utilize and conserve them in a way that they will be produced in the near future. They will be secured their generations in the near future. And I think that the need to emphasize also the food security is to include this neglected and underutilized plant species like arrowroot and others, because aside that they can perform well, they can thrive well in adverse different environmental conditions, they has this potential to be part of our daily diet. And I think the importance of these crops is highly valuable in the near future, because as plant breeder we are seeing the best of the potential of these crops, that aside that it can thrive in different environmental condition, it can also be a good source for potential characterization in terms of their genetic constitution, or on how they could improve other traits, and how the traits of this arrowroot could contribute to other plants that is needed for improvement. So I think that the emphasis as being plant breeder is to conserve them in a way that in the near future we can get other nutritional and valuable inputs for them to improve humans, to improve other crops, and even to improve more their utilization, aside that these NUPS are genetically undergoes erosion in today's trend. I hope that this video will help you gain insights and lessons about arrowroot and how important is neglected and underutilized plant species. We can also generate information. We can also share with other source of food for us to be food secure and for us to be nutritious conscious in our daily diet.